Get ready for massive football news. We start with the huge speculation surrounding Pep Guardiola. The Manchester City boss is expected to leave at the end of the season after an incredible 10 years in charge. We dive into what this means for the future of the club and the massive changes on the horizon. Next up, look at the... Finally, we break down the fallout. See how Manchester City's world fell apart after losing the title, the emotional farewell coming down the tunnel, and what the future holds for the club as this massive summer of change begins. Stay with us for all the details. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola is reportedly expected to depart at the conclusion of the current season, marking the end of his decade-long tenure at the club. Sources indicate that Guardiola plans to discuss his future with Chairman Khaldoon Al-Mubarak in the coming days, emphasizing the importance of this conversation before any final decision is made. Guardiola, who has guided Manchester City to an unprecedented 20 trophies since taking charge in February 2016, stated that the chairman must be the first person consulted regarding his future. He expressed immense happiness with the club, describing his time there as extraordinary. While there is no official confirmation from the club, sources suggest preparations are underway for Guardiola's departure, with Enzo Maresca emerging as the most likely successor. Maresca served as Guardiola's assistant during the Champions League win and has been seeking opportunities since leaving Chelsea. Speaking following a draw against Bournemouth, Guardiola confirmed that the decision would be made after the season concludes, stressing that he remains dedicated to the club and its fans. He defended his legacy, praising his tactical innovations, such as inverted fullbacks and the use of John Stones in central midfield, as having fundamentally changed how the game is played. External commentary has been mixed. Micah Richards suggested Guardiola's demeanor indicated he was leaving, while Gary Neville expressed surprise at the timing, noting that such news is significant, drawing parallels to high-profile managerial departures in football history. Jamie Carragher added that the decision process involves numerous stakeholders, suggesting the news would inevitably surface closer to the end of the season. Bournemouth secured a hard-fought 1-1 draw against Manchester City at Vitality Stadium, a result that confirmed their qualification for European football next season for the first time. Despite Erling Haaland's late equalizer denying them a victory at home, the Cherries maintained optimism regarding their European prospects. The draw keeps the Champions League race alive for Bournemouth. Their path to the Champions League is multifaceted. One route involves Aston Villa winning the Europa League final against Freiburg on Wednesday night. Should this occur, Unai Emery's side would qualify as the Europa League winners, and if Villa finishes fifth in the Premier League, they would secure a Champions League spot. The extra Champions League slot earned by the Premier League via the European performance spot would be awarded to the sixth-placed team. Alternatively, Bournemouth could secure a spot by avoiding defeat at Nottingham Forest, or if Brighton fails to win their home fixture against Manchester United. Finishing sixth would place them among Europe's elite the following season. Other possibilities exist, including a potential goal difference swing if Liverpool suffers a significant defeat, requiring a substantial goal differential shift. A final-day playoff scenario is also conceivable, involving specific results between Liverpool and Bournemouth to determine the final Champions League position. Meanwhile, the Premier League title race remains intensely contested, with Arsenal claiming their first title in 22 years. 6 of the final day matches still carry significant implications for the Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, and relegation spots. For relegation, West Ham needs a home win against Leeds United, while Tottenham must navigate their home form to secure their Premier League status. Roberto De Zerbi's Everton is facing a tough challenge, with only 2 teams ahead of them in road points. In the European race, Liverpool and Bournemouth will be vying for the final Champions League spot, though Arne Slot's Liverpool side would need a heavy loss for Bournemouth to gain traction. Brighton must secure a home win against Manchester United to guarantee Europa League qualification, as failure could see Chelsea or Sunderland overtake them. Chelsea, holding the Conference League spot, faces a critical test. A victory is necessary for Europa League qualification, while a loss would mean missing out on European football. Brentford is also in contention, needing a win at Anfield to fight their way into the European spots. Pep Guardiola has addressed ongoing speculation regarding his future at Manchester City, confirming he will be discussing his contract status with club chairman Khaldoon Al-Mubarak in the coming days before making a final announcement. This comes amid widespread reports in the British media, including the BBC, suggesting Guardiola may depart at the end of the current season, with Enzo Maresca, his former assistant at City and previous Chelsea manager, emerging as a leading contender for the managerial role. Speaking after a recent draw at Bournemouth, Guardiola did not deny the reports of an imminent departure following his decade-long tenure at the club. He stated, "I talk with my chairman first, and after that, when I talk with my chairman, we decide whether to have one more year. We talk everything. We will decide." When questioned about the timing of these discussions, Guardiola clarified, "No, we talk in these next days." Guardiola, who has secured 17 major trophies with City since arriving in English soccer in 2016, has repeatedly affirmed his commitment, stating, "I've said so many times, I have one more year." He added that he wanted to focus on putting the team in the highest point before finalizing his plans, emphasizing his happiness at the club and the significance of the current season. Guardiola's time at City has been marked by unprecedented success, including winning the Premier League, Champions League, and FA Cup treble in the 2022-23 season. The team has also achieved remarkable consistency, securing 6 Premier League titles and becoming the only team in English soccer history to win 4 top-flight league titles consecutively, 2021-24. However, the final years of Guardiola's tenure have been complicated by a significant legal battle. Manchester City faces a major case with the Premier League concerning financial breaches, including allegations of providing misleading information about income sources. The case, heard by an independent commission, has yet to reach a verdict, with potential penalties ranging up to expulsion from the top flight. City has consistently denied the charges, with Guardiola expressing full confidence in the club's innocence. Meanwhile, Enzo Maresca has remained quiet regarding reports of his potential succession. Maresca has a history with City, having served as academy coach in the 2020-21 season and as Guardiola's assistant during the treble-winning campaign. Maresca's recent senior experience includes an 18-month stint with Chelsea, during which the London side secured major club competitions. Noi Dung Kai Tight. Manchester City has faced a seismic shift in the wake of news surrounding manager Pep Guardiola's future, following a disappointing 1-1 draw against Bournemouth, where Arsenal secured the Premier League title. The uncertainty surrounding the Spaniard's tenure has sent shockwaves through the club and the football world. /N the headlines concerning Guardiola's departure broke on Monday, coinciding with a period of title despair for City as Arsenal clinched the league with a 4-point lead and 1 game remaining. While Guardiola has stated he will make his decision after discussions with chairman Khaldoon Al-Mubarak, expectations point towards the end of his decade-long reign, with Enzo Maresca positioned as his successor. /N Guardiola, who hosts Aston Villa in their final match, expressed his measured stance to Sky Sports, confirming he has 1 more year on his contract. He emphasized his focus remains on the team's performance, stating, "I will not tell you a decision here because I have to talk with my chairman, with my players, with my staff because when we play for the FA Cup, qualification for the Champions League, The Premier League, it's just one thing in my mind and focus. Try to bring the team to the highest point, and it's what we have done. /N Arsenal's triumph marks a significant achievement for Mikel Arteta, who secured his first Premier League title since Arsene Wenger's Invincibles in 2004. Guardiola congratulated Arsenal, acknowledging their hard work and success. /N The atmosphere surrounding City's final game was tense. After the match, Guardiola was reportedly the first manager to exit the tunnel amidst chants of Pep stay. This development signals a potential major summer of change at the Etihad Stadium. /N Guardiola's legacy at City is monumental, including achieving the Premier League, FA Cup, and Champions League treble in 2023. However, the team has missed out on the top-flight title for the second consecutive campaign, a rarity in his distinguished managerial career. The dip in form following a 2-point loss to Everton proved a turning point. /N The baton is set to pass to Enzo Maresca, a Guardiola disciple and former assistant, who is viewed as the chosen successor. Maresca is expected to bring his own staff, including former City figures like Willy Caballero, to the club. /N speculation also surrounds potential squad changes, with key players like Bernardo Silva and John Stones approaching contract expiry, alongside potential departures for players such as Nathan Ake and Nico Gonzalez. The ultimate revelation regarding the club's financial breaches remains pending. /N former players and pundits have commented on the magnitude of the void Guardiola's departure will leave, with some suggesting the impact on the brand of football and trophy-winning ability will be immense. The transition period is anticipated to be complex, though some analysts suggest a smoother handover than seen at other clubs, pending the final confirmation of the managerial change.